If you ever wondered what life is really like for a modern-day princess born into one of the richest royal families on Earth, this is one of the clearest examples you'll find. Imagine growing up in a palace with around 1,700 rooms, surrounded by glittering halls, private mosques, and stables, and knowing that your father is not only a reigning monarch, but also one of the wealthiest men in the world. For Princess Hafizah Surul Bolkiah of Brunei, that isn't fantasy or legend. That has been her everyday reality from the very beginning. Brunei itself is a tiny, oil-rich kingdom on the island of Borneo, but its royal house has ruled for more than 6 centuries. At the center of that dynasty is Sultan Hassanal Bolkiah, the absolute monarch and head of state. Princess Hafizah is his 5th child and 4th daughter, born directly into this powerful and tightly knit Brunei royal family. Her world from birth combined old-world protocol and incredible wealth with a very private, almost secluded way of living, far away from the constant cameras that follow many other royal households. Her mother is Queen Saleha, the Sultan's first and senior wife, widely respected in Brunei as Raja Isteri. Within this branch of the royal family, Princess Hafizah grew up alongside a large group of siblings. One of them is her older brother, Crown Prince Al-Muqtadi Billah, the heir to the throne and future sultan. The family is even larger when you consider the sultan's other marriages. She has 11 half-siblings as well. Among her closest younger brothers was Prince Abdul Azim, the second son and 4th child of the Sultan and Queen Saleha, who was well known internationally in his own right. His passing in October 2020 at just 38 years old was a deeply painful moment for the family and for many in Brunei who admired him. Like many members of the Brunei royal family, the princess does not usually use a short, simple name in formal settings. Her full ceremonial title is long and steeped in tradition: Majida Nurul Bolkiah Binti Hassanal Bolkiah Muizzuddin Wadola, with her regnal style recorded as Paduka Siri Peringgaran Anak Pukiri, Haja Majida Nurul Bolkiah Binti Paduka Siri, Baginda Sultan Haji Hassanal Bolkiah Muizzuddin Wadola. This kind of name reflects her rank, her relationship to the Sultan, and the honorifics attached to Brunei's highest royal women. In everyday references, however, she is more simply known as Princess Hafizah, a name that has become familiar to royal watchers around the world. Her childhood was spent largely inside the vast Istana Nurul Iman, the official royal residence overlooking the Brunei River. Often described as the largest residential palace in the world, it has thousands of rooms, banquet halls that can host entire state delegations, and its own mosques and throne rooms. Yet within that enormous complex, Princess Hafizah's upbringing also featured a more disciplined side. She attended private primary and secondary schools in Brunei, where she was known as a dedicated student. Teachers have described her as someone who took her studies seriously and also enjoyed participating in sports and school activities rather than simply relying on her royal status. After finishing school at home, she followed a path many modern royals have taken and went abroad for higher education. She enrolled at Oxford Brookes University in England, studying at the Wheatley campus in Oxfordshire, just outside the historic city of Oxford. While her security and status would always have set her apart, she experienced a more independent student life there than she would have back in Bandar Sri Begawan. In 2006, she completed a Bachelor of Arts degree in Public Administration, an area closely linked to governance and public service, fields that naturally connect to her eventual role as a working member of the Brunei royal family. Rather than stopping there, Princess Hafizah decided to deepen her academic background in a way that also strengthened her cultural roots. She returned to Brunei to study at University Brunei Darussalam, the country's national university, where she pursued a Master of Arts in Malay Language and Linguistics. She completed that postgraduate degree in 2010. Choosing Malay language and linguistics signaled a clear interest in preserving and understanding the cultural and linguistic heritage of her country at an academic level, not just through ceremony or symbolism. Her education wasn't just about titles and degrees. Those who know her describe her as a genuinely curious person with broad interests. She is fluent in several languages, Malay and English, of course, but also Arabic, French, and Mandarin. That linguistic ability has allowed her to connect more easily with people from different backgrounds during official visits and international events. Outside the classroom, she has long enjoyed reading, watching films, playing games, and traveling, always with an eye toward learning more about other cultures and ways of life, while still remaining rooted in Brunei's traditions. Behind the palace walls, away from public ceremonies and official portraits, Princess Hafizah also had a very human experience that people in any country can recognize. She met someone and fell in love. While studying in the United Kingdom, she got to know Pengiran Haji Muhammad Razaini, a fellow Bruneian who would later work in the Prime Minister's office back home as a civil servant. Their connection grew gradually over time. According to those close to them, there was an immediate understanding built on shared values and a similar sense of duty to their country. Unlike many royal marriages in previous generations, this was not a quick arrangement. The two were together for around 6 years before they became engaged in 2011. By then, both had completed their studies and were starting to carve out their own roles within Bruneian public life. Friends describe their relationship as one where genuine affection is matched by mutual respect and a shared vision of service. It made sense then that when the engagement was finally announced, the country responded with enthusiasm and curiosity about the future princess and prince pair. Their wedding in September 2012 was exactly what you would expect from one of the wealthiest royal houses on earth, a multi-day celebration that turned Bandar Sri Begawan into the focus of royal watchers worldwide. The ceremonies stretched over more than a week, with different rituals and formal events reflecting centuries of Bruneian royal tradition. Thousands of guests were invited, from local dignitaries and members of the extended royal family to foreign royals, political leaders, and high-ranking officials from other nations.
The most symbolic moment came during the main royal ceremony held at the Sultan's palace on 23 September. That was when the couple were formally presented to the royal court. Princess Hafizah appeared in an exquisite crystal-embellished gown in shades of beige and silver, shimmering under the palace lights. Her husband wore a matching brocade outfit in the traditional Bruneian style, signifying both his new status and his own noble lineage. In one key ritual gesture, the Sultan took the groom's hand and placed it gently on the bride's forehead, an intimate and culturally significant symbol of blessing in Malay tradition. Along with their marriage, the couple were also formally granted the prestigious style of Yang Amat Mulia Pangeran, which translates roughly as His or Her Highness's son or daughter. This title is reserved for those at the very top of Brunei's aristocratic hierarchy and reflects just how high their standing is within the royal family's internal structure. The visual splendor of the wedding was impossible to ignore. One of the most talked about details was the tiara worn by the bride, the Queen Saleha diamond tiara. This piece is one of the crown jewels of Brunei, featuring a spectacular central cluster of diamonds, flanked by rows of smaller clusters along the base. It is regarded as one of the most valuable and iconic items in the Bruneian royal jewelry collection. Princess Hafizah complemented the tiara with diamond earrings, a necklace, and bracelets, while the groom's outfit was accented with a distinctive diamond brooch on his chest. Outside the palace, a 17-gun salute echoed through the capital, underlining the national importance of the wedding. As you might expect in a kingdom where the Sultan is among the richest individuals on the planet, the wedding gifts were on a scale few people can even imagine. Reports from the time listed 63 gold bars, 16 diamond rings, 10 luxury cars, and 2 mansions among the presents exchanged and bestowed. Even for a royal family used to immense wealth, the scale of generosity during this celebration stood out. For many in Brunei, it was a moment of pride as much as awe, a visual reminder of the kingdom's prosperity and the continuity of its royal house. After the celebrations ended and the foreign guests returned home, Princess Hafizah and her husband settled into married life in their own residence in Brunei. Their home, naturally, is still within the orbit of the sprawling royal estates, but it represents their own space as a young family. They have 3 children together. Their first son, Pangeran Muhammad Zaim, was born in 2013. He was followed by their second son, Pangeran Muhammad Amir, in 2015, and then by their daughter, Pangeran Anak Aisha Zafira, in 2018. Balancing motherhood with royal duties is not easy, but those who interact with the family say she is a very hands-on parent, closely involved in her children's upbringing. Away from formal receptions and state functions, Princess Hafizah has cultivated a quieter intellectual side that surprises some people when they first hear about it. She is a passionate reader and writer, particularly drawn to poetry and short fiction. Over the years, she has published several books in both Malay and English. Among them are Bunga Rampai, a collection of poems in Malay, The Journey, which brings together short stories written in English, and Kisah-Kisah dari Negeri Seribu Tahun, a series of historical fiction tales set against Brunei's long past. Some of these works have been recognized with literary awards and positive critical attention, especially within Southeast Asian literary circles. Her creative interests do not stop with the written word. She paints and plays the piano, using those outlets as a way to explore and express different aspects of her personality outside of the rigid formalities of royal life. When there are local exhibitions or concerts showcasing Bruneian talent, it is not unusual to see her there lending quiet support. In a country where the monarchy plays such a central role in national identity, her visible interest in arts and culture sends a clear message about the importance of creativity and cultural expression. At the same time, Princess Hafizah has embraced the more traditional expectations placed on someone in her position by taking on a range of patronages and charitable roles. She is associated with organizations that span several key areas: education, healthcare, women's empowerment, disability support, and environmental awareness. Some of the groups she supports include the Brunei Darussalam AIDS Council, which works on public health and awareness, the Brunei Darussalam Girl Guides Association, encouraging leadership and skills among young women, the National Association of the Blind, focused on supporting visually impaired citizens, the Brunei Red Crescent Society, part of the international humanitarian movement, and the Brunei Darussalam Women's Council, which addresses issues affecting women and families. Her involvement is not limited to lending her name. She regularly visits schools, hospitals, orphanages, and community centers, taking time to speak with students, patients, staff, and volunteers. These visits are often low-key and focused on listening as much as speaking. She appears frequently at fundraising events and public campaigns, helping to draw attention and resources towards causes that might otherwise struggle for visibility. In a small country, the personal presence of a royal can have a significant impact on public interest and donation levels, and she uses that influence consistently. All of this means that when people in Brunei and beyond talk about Princess Hafizah as a billionaire princess, they are referring to far more than just her access to luxury. Yes, she lives in a world of palaces, priceless jewels, and extraordinary privilege, but the image that emerges from those who have met her is one of a woman who is also careful, respectful, and very aware of the responsibilities that come with her birth. She has used her education to deepen her understanding of governance and culture, and she has chosen to put time and energy into projects that aim to improve lives in very practical ways. In the broader landscape of global royalty, she fits into a new generation of princesses who blend tradition with modern expectations. She honors the customs of her royal house, appears in formal dress and tiaras at state events, and plays a ceremonial role. But she also has a master's degree, writes books, champions social issues, and directly engages with communities. That balance between old and new, between ceremony and substance, is increasingly what people expect from royal families in the 21st century. When you step back and look at her life as a whole, a clearer picture emerges. This is someone who was born into unimaginable wealth and status, raised in a 1,700-room palace under the guidance of one of the world's longest reigning monarchs. She studied abroad, then came home to strengthen her ties to her own language and culture.
she experienced what amounts to a real-life fairy tale wedding, complete with diamond tiaras, gold bars, luxury cars, and a 17-gun salute. She became a mother of 3, built a family life, and at the same time carved out an identity as a writer, artist, and quiet advocate for social causes. For viewers fascinated by royal families and their lifestyles, Princess Hajah Hafizah Surul Bolkiah offers a striking example of how extreme privilege can coexist with duty, curiosity, and compassion. Her life shows that being rich and royal does not have to mean being detached or self-centered. It can also mean using that platform to support others, preserve culture, and inspire the next generation, while still embracing the beauty, glamour, and ceremony that come with a crown.